We have a new feature inside the service program, which will probably be used by a lot of customers. I get asked for it a lot while in my training sessions. There's a lot of reasons to need this, but this is what the feature does. It allows you to select the type of line items that you want to show up inside of your item list in the service program. So when syncing from QuickBooks, you can say, only give me the service line items, or only give me the inventory items, etc. There's a couple reasons to use this, but most of the time I find the reason that this is requested is because you may have a company that actually does several different companies inside the same QuickBooks file, and you may only want certain items to come over. So this is how it's done. Along the top of the service program, we go to MISC Info, System, Control Table Maintenance. Now, before I even get started, it is important that you are on version 10.5.1 or higher. If you are not on 10.5.1 or higher, and you can see it at the bottom left-hand corner, you need to click the Chat Now button, jump into tech support chat, and let them know you need to be upgraded so that you can take advantage of a new feature. So once we're on this control table information page, we're going to click on this tab that says MISC, M-I-S-C, and it's going to give you this display right here. You'll notice along the bottom we have three options: Sync QuickBooks Service Items, Sync QuickBooks Inventory Items, and Sync QuickBooks Non-Inventory Items. By default, there is nothing selected. They are not set to yes or no. By default, they are all turned on. So if you don't change a thing, you're going to get all of your line items. If you do want to only get your service items, for example, you would go to this area, select yes on your service items, and no for your inventory, and no for your non-inventory. That'll tell the system, just bring in the service items only. It's my item list. Additionally, you could turn on just one of these. Maybe you just want your non-inventory items and your service items, and you don't need your inventory items. So what you want to do first is select what you need here, click the close button to save those changes, and then you must exit the service program and open it back up fresh. What I mean by that is you have to physically close the software completely and any other instances of it that are open, and then reopen it fresh. It's a really deep change, so you've got to sign back in after you make that change. Once you do that, the very next step is you're going to get to the Update QuickBooks area. You can click the green button, or when you sign in, this usually pops up. And to kick this in, once you've made those changes, just simply hit the Update Only Inventory button. Once you do that, it'll sync for a few minutes. Once it's done, it will say complete. Once it's complete, you then can go to your item list and you will only see the items you have selected. If you use Reload from this bottom area, it's going to bring in every line item no matter what you have selected. So let's say you did go down here and hit Reload and you still see all your line items. Not a big deal. Make your way back to the screen, click the Update Only Inventory button, and then you will only see the items that you want displayed on your item list. So if we go to Item Info, Item List, you will then only see the type of line items that you have selected. To take this a step further, let's say you have the mobile solution and you've now only got service items in here, but you need your mobile solution to match. Your very next step is going to be hit the Sync Mobile Devices button. From this top drop down, you're going to select Reload Item List and then hit Sync. What you're doing is telling the website, drop the item list completely, reload it from the desktop, and that way we match. The very last thing I'm going to show you before we go is you don't really, if you need all of your line items, but you only want to see service items or non-inventory or inventory, you don't really have to hide certain ones on that syncing menu. You only want to do that if you never want your text to have them available for selection. When you're looking at this item list, you can, right along the top, select a certain type of item, and the system will go ahead and show you just the type of items that you're selecting here. So this is a really handy feature. If you do want your text to have the ability to use all items, but you just need to see a certain type, you can use this top feature and then hit reset once you're done.